What is going on, warriors? It is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel video. We're still on to the topic of Luke, and in this particular video, we're gonna be talking about what sort of move list we should sort of like typically expect out of his obviously vast amount of moves that he does have, and in my opinion, why I think these certain moves are probably going to be more associated with the character in Street Fighter Duel verse over other move sets. Okay. Before we actually go right ahead, please guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I do implore you to just subscribe, give this channel a bit of a boost so that I can actually get right out there and get more views and all the good stuff. And of course, you can always turn on the notification bell so that you can always get alerts whenever I do post videos. Like I said before, I do always try to also post them on the Discord channel for those who are actually in Discord. And of course, if you're not there, you may not know about the video, or you might actually miss whenever I do post. And of course, like, share, all that good stuff. So we're going to proceed, and we're going to look at Luke, the character himself. Obviously, he's a bit of a the poster boy sort of, for the Street Fighter 6, and we're going to look at his moveset real quick. Just give me a moment here. And here we are with the character list. As you can see here, all of them pretty much would have seen them in the previous video, and of course you guys probably can always access the website to actually look at the character themselves, but we are going to be focusing on Luke specifically, and we actually want to see what sort of um fighting styles are going to be put on the game itself. And of course, you want to be considering the fact that, first of all, because he's a special character, typically special characters, one of the key things that's now important in this sort of characters is the fact that they typically need to have AoEs to be very, very viable. And he's going to be, being an MMA fighter, he's going to pretty much fall on the offensive side of things, so you should expect him to be like a power like based character. Obviously, like I said, none of this is something that could actually transpire in the final once the character gets unveiled fully, but this is all speculation. This is all trying to just decipher and figure out what would you expect on the character. Okay, so first of all, one move that I do expect to actually be very, very present is, I sort of like think, is going to be they said blast, since like a pretty easy move to be his basic, just kind of just toss an occasional one of his turn to hit. But obviously, as you guys know, it's pretty much a one hit move. So if we look around to see what else could actually, you know, um, work, it could actually also be a combination of the flash knuckle and the sand blast. Just kind of like, do this and then just toss a sand blast. Um, let's go do this and then just kind of toss a sand blast, just kind of just finish it off. That's something you can actually see as well. No, I don't see that one actually making it into the move list, and of course, I don't see that making it for Mr. Leo. Well, um, his ultimate obviously is a move that is sort of focused on, like a single base character. So I don't expect this to be in the move set at all. And obviously, it's too flashy too. So here are moves that I actually think would actually make it. Like I said, we actually mentioned the first one, some sort of variation of this sand blast, be it uh, just single one, and it could actually end up upgrading to this. Where is it? I'm looking for this one here, the Vulcan Blast. Maybe once it gets, like the Fighting Spirit, or the Vulcan Blast could just end up being one of his specials. I think it might end up being one of his specials too, right? Because I one of his trigger moves, because it's pretty much actually very powerful and has a strong chance of being an OE move, which is very much important in the Shveta dual verse whenever you're supposed to be a top tier character. And I don't expect them to let the first Shveta 6 character be trash, or at least be decent. He's going to be really, really good. I expect that for sure. Okay. So it could end up being a case where the initial one, kind of the character at the forefront gets most of the initial hit, and then the final fire just kind of goes through and hits everybody like an AOE attack, and also maybe have more damage to it than the initial set of fireballs that you see being tossed there. So that is one move that I'm actually quite confident would actually make it. This one too looks like something that's pretty nice, but this could actually be the one move that will end up being uh the single attack, base whatever, and it's not going to be as slow as this. Probably gonna just going to go, it's going to just kind of hit you, just going to get you up. And who knows, it could make that last, what I call it, punch could actually end up costing AOE if the card, whoever the character can hit everybody else. But I think it's going to be more or less like the kind of move that would push the front base character to the back, right? And then of course give you a chance to attack, you know, whoever is next. For example, we have the case of a bison being in front, pushing to the back, or a strong tank and gives it a chance to actually destroy the next character. Now, well, what else do we think can actually come in? If we look at this other moveset, it's all basic like unique attacks, nothing too spectacular, but this is where you can also expect to see a chance of his, you know, standard move, the move that you kind of just see come up. Now, this is actually not a bad one, but for some reason, I just feel like as if there's a stronger chance of the regular Sandblast making it. And the reason why I feel like Sandblast making it is because it could actually end up becoming a fatal shot once it does it. This was the move I actually was looking for, not the other one. Of course, you do have the flash knuckle too, but it could actually end up being the fatal shot once you do have the fighting spirit activated. So that actually, just to come back to what I was talking about, that's the one I actually feel could justify, you know, the Sandblast as his default move that you just kind of do when you're just being idle. And let's see what else can I see. Um, that yeah, that's definitely not gonna make it for sure. And I don't think these drive moves are gonna make them either. So yeah, that pretty much is the entire lineup. So you should expect a super combo and then two other specials as well. Two other trigger moves, be it C1 and a C2 or C3, one of the combos ahead. So to pretty much do a quick recap here, I believe this is probably going to be his default. Um, it being his super combo opener would be too underwhelming. Obviously, Fatal Shot, on the other hand, can actually make it worth it, but I don't think so. I think what the super combo is going to end up being, um, where is it? The Falcon Blast. This is what I believe will be the first one here. Boom. Just kind of like, I don't know if he's going to have a charge like that. It's just going to just have very, very short charge. Although Ryu does have a charge like that. And if he has a charge like that, they could actually make him like, I'm looking for the word, I don't, invincible in a way, or have a high amount of dodge, or, just becomes, so he's probably not going to maybe take damage once he's doing a charge here, or just going to take minimal damage in that form. And then, of course, going to throw that. I believe this is going to be one of the special combos, and this is probably going to be the one that would actually be, maybe the C3. I think it's worth being a C3 because it takes a lot of time to actually execute that. And however, the fact that it looks like only one person is going to take it, the only way it can actually end up being an AoE is if the final punch kind of like also affects other characters, the impact, just kind of affects other characters. But, Pale Rider, unfortunately, this is going to be a tough move to execute. Just going down and just, this is pretty much, one-on-one fights at a move. But then again, we have range and we have all this other kind of stuff. So they might do it in a way that if he actually does happen, it can actually do, a very strong design. Now, one thing that actually has become a bit of a trend lately is a move happening twice, and one move that can actually occur is this Vulcan Blast. Once you do it, you may have a chance to do it again, or it could actually be a case where there'll be another trigger, something off that would, if that situation is fulfilled, you end up throwing that Vulcan Blast there. But yeah, those are pretty much the moves I kind of speculate that will make it. a very very strong contender to the Balkan Blast. You also expect a sand, is it sand blast or and those moves that you see there about. But I'm actually pretty much excited to see how Luke is going to perform because based on his general move set, he has what you consider like limited moves. And one of the stuff I also wanted to look at as well, let's just go back and just take a look at this stuff real quick here, is we can use Ryu as a perfect example because he already exists in Street Fighter Verse. Obviously he has more modified moves now, and if we look at his move lists, I believe Hadoken is one of his basic moves, and you can see this pretty much land on the special move, so that actually justifies um you know what you can expect with regards to um his moveset.